Welcome back to the Chaos Book Besties. Today's episode is for everyone who ever looked at Morley Gray, villain, and thought, I can fix him. Or better yet, join him. We're diving headfirst into the mind of Luna Runestorm, the author of Choosing Chaos. A story that asks the very important question: what happens when falling in love with Loki isn't the worst decision you ever made? It's the beginning of your power. From obsessive god tier romance to magic awakenings and full blown power domination, Luna Runestorm is serving chaos, chemistry, and characters who absolutely refuse to play by the rules. And honestly, we wouldn't want it any other way. So grab your favorite drink, prepare your question, your attraction to dangerous men, and settle in, because today we're talking about love, magic, and why sometimes choosing chaos is the only real option. Let's get into it. Sometimes choosing chaos is the only real option. Let's get into it. I
That
um
was good. I like that.
I try to make them, banter with the book.
Yeah.
So, welcome, Miss Luna. And of
Thank
course, you
you.
know me. I got your book sitting right here. I we both know I was into this book. Um, I
Just a little
remember
bit.
I remember it. I read a lot of books, but I remember this one.
That's good.
It is. And your next book is coming when? Hopefully,
Don't have a definite date, but this summer, we're just gonna call it summer right
summer.
now.
Summer's better
I
than
am,
nothing.
yeah, I'm finishing edits. I'm, I would love to do it in like June,
Yeah.
but it's probably gonna be July. Just depends on if I can finish up edits,
Hey,
get an
it's
art
not a
team
race.
together,
It's not a race. But
and
I'm impatient,
technically,
so
I well, I'm pretty sure you can get on the art team. You might know somebody.
I might. I
You
think
might.
we know. We know. We know that if I
Yeah.
don't, I'm probably gonna bug the crap out of you. you, you
Yeah.
know I gotta read it.
Oh yeah, I know. One of my friends that I actually met from a Loki group, a Tom Hiddleston Loki group. Um, I said, "Hey, I've got this story. It's got Loki in it. Can you better read for me? Because I'm sitting there going, you don't know me. You know, you've talked to me like 2 or 3 times. You don't know me, so this will work. You'll tell me if it sucks." And so I sent it to her, and she scarfed that thing down in like 2 days, and was like, "Is there going to be another one?" And I'm like, "Well, maybe." And she's like, "There's got to be another one."
You gotta keep it going. I
And
agree.
and we were in a writers group together. And the night that I typed the end, I made the mistake of saying, "Well, I just finished the draft." And she goes, "Okay, stop everything you're doing, email it to me now." And I'm like, "No, it's the draft. Shit's gonna change." And she's like, "Fine, hurry up."
To be fair, like, I understand because I think I've asked you at least 12 times, when's the next one? When's the next one? Wait. My emails are
And
open.
I'm working on it.
To
And actually, where did I put it? Oh, in the more updated, but I updated, and I don't remember if I updated it on the KU part, but where is so the chapter headers did it?
No, the
Make
one
sure.
that you gave for a giveaway doesn't. The one that I just bought does.
Okay, so the one you just the partial first chapter from book two, or do
I
you
believe. No, it has the
Yes.
partial first chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah, sneak peek.
So yeah, I finished and made sure that chapter one wasn't going to change. Need to get this in here because that'll at least calm a few people down,
Look,
or it'll make it worse. One of the two.
you can't do nothing but love it though, because like not a lot of indie authors write and you can read it and you just know that they wrote this like in their brain they had to be seeing this story, and it's
That's how
hard.
it's always been.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to do. It's even harder when you don't connect to your readers, but all of your readers seem to like dive in and they absolutely love it. I've watched reactions to some of your readers, and I'm just like,
Mhm.
yeah, I felt that. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It makes it all the worth it because even if there is a mistake somewhere or if there is a word wrong, don't nobody care because the book was too good to care about. Like,
That's what parts of book one and been like, ooh, I really need to fix that. That didn't right. But
we don't
when
care.
you read it 500 times yourself, everything's blended together.
Yeah, yeah. But the story's yours.
So,
So, and we feel it through your words. We really do. Your words speak volumes on the paper because that's what draws me into indie authors when I can feel the person writing it while I'm reading it. So, just so you know, it's true. It's there. We feel it.
I appreciate that.
I also get the sassiness, which I love.
Well,
I peeked
I
in.
mean, I get a little of that from me, although I don't.
Oh, well,
It's got to be people I know. The people who, yeah, they're like, well, you do that with me all the time. I'm like, yeah, because
uh-uh. You bet. Around me, you never know what's gonna come out, so everybody's on high alert as I can be talking. Sometimes I have to catch myself. I'm like, "Oh no, I'm at church."
well, I will admit that there are times when I get
It pops up.
agitated enough. Stuff
Mhm.
just every so often the filter between here and here
Mhm.
breaks.
Yeah, yeah,
And
I
I
get
swear
it.
that Loki's involved with that part.
Oh
I
yeah,
swear.
no, I agree 100%. So we had you answer some questions, and some of them, along the way, of course, you'll answer them without knowing you answered them. So I
Yeah,
don't always ask all the questions, of course, because you're not a book.
yeah.
I'm not trying to read you. I'm trying to get to know you. But so the spark for this was you watched Marvels,
That's
and
what, yeah.
trust me, I'm down with it because I went on a full mythology roller coaster when I watched it too. So I kind of get it. It's addictive.
Well, I had always been interested in these movies,
Yeah.
and even before Marvel, well, I should say before Marvel had anything to do with that, um, I knew who Thor and Loki were. And like I always thought, Loki's got to get some of the stuff he does turns out bad and has repercussions he doesn't realize. And then when they picked Tom Hiddleston, they, and I just sat there when I watched the first Thor, like this could have gone really bad. And as him, this could have turned into the literal cartoon. I have got them all,
Right.
but he didn't do that. That's what I remember from the myth. That yes, and then years later, I watched it, and it shows the various Loki got dropped in East Texas. He'd be in trouble.
His voice alone
And
would get him in trouble out there.
then all of a sudden it was like, we'll see what happens. And at first I thought it was just going to be like fan fiction thing. 'Cause I'd done fan fiction before. But I was like, well, if nothing else, I'll put it on the Loki group. And I finished it and I was like, this is not really fanficky. It's not really that. I mean, don't definitely Tom Hiddleston's voice
Right.
was there because I like the man a little bit.
I feel it.
And it was like, okay, let's see. And then the rest is history, I guess you can
Hey, it's good history because I was all up in it. I was I remember being at work and after talking to you and you had sent me that email and we were talking back and forth and I had saw your post and I was just like, "Oh, okay, well, I'm going to read her this week." And believe it or not, I actually do that still. I just randomly go through and if an author says, "Hey, I wish someone would read my book," I'm like, "Okay, let's do this," you know?
say.
And that's how I get to talk to you guys more probably is because I actually do that. And I remember sitting there and I started your book and I was at work and I was trying not to pay attention to nobody. I had my headset in and when I'm at work, I sometimes have my phone read me the book.
Mhm.
I tore up that book. Then I came home, finished it. I couldn't even stop the book. I was so into it, and that's what made me love it. Like honestly, I loved it. I thought it was so imaginative because you don't think about Loki falling in love like that, or not necessarily falling in love, but caring. Like you showed
Mhm.
the caring side of Loki, which is what we all know is there because of the certain things he does. Even in
Mhm.
mythology, we
Mhm.
know he cares about Thor. He cares about his dad. He cares about. So going through your story and seeing him care more and be still decisive, still quirky, it was it was
Let's
worth it.
let's just say here's that it's gonna knock your socks off. But on occasion, I'll be writing and I'll finish something and I'll be like, I know I just wrote a whole bunch. Remember a thing that's on that page. And I did that, and when I finished the end of that, I said, and I swear I heard in the back of my head Loki's voice. I was trying to.
Oh, no. The teaser.
And it's like, yeah, well, okay, so we will definitely see more of Gray Loki.
You do, yeah.
You're gonna see him more like gray headed black in the second.
I'm with it.
Good reason. It's not just a whatever. There is a very damn good reason.
I'm with it.
Yeah, I think the first book was like I want to say words. This one is like 143,000.
So I might get 2 days out of it. I can live two
Maybe.
days in the world if I don't devour it. I'm trying to think of how I can play this out to make it last.
Actually, there was a influencer that she kept going, I love it so much. And I'm like, but you haven't finished. She goes, I know. I'm trying to make it last.
Yep, yeah. It's hard when you get into it. You don't be realizing how fast you can read till you are into a book.
Oh, there have been very serious years. I was very thankful on some of them that I came in much later. Oh, of course, then you hit the end and go, what's that?
That's how I was with Sarah J. Maas. And Throne of
I
Glass.
I actually with Sarah J. Maas, I have only read and don't the others. I've only read the Court of Thorn and Roses,
Oh, see, I
and
wasn't big on that.
you know, well, I haven't read I got the first one, and I'm sitting there reading this first one, going, "Okay, she says I'm gonna like this. I'm halfway through, buddy. What's going on here?" And get to the end, and like, okay, this is a little better,
Yeah.
but still. And I think it was a third book before I go, okay, I like these characters.
Yep.
These characters
It
are these.
takes time. Yeah.
And I'm just like,
I always make the joke you either are a Throne of Glass girl or you're a Court of Thorn and Roses girl. Throne of Glass is more like adventure, you know, someone's getting, the, the action
yeah.
is real. Where Court of Thorn and Roses is more of that romance than, and I get it. I'm more
I
of a
like
Throne of
both.
Glass person.
Yeah, but it depends. I always joke that, you know, I I have this very narrow road that I go down when I read. If you're outside of that road, I like you.
Yeah.
And so mine is it's got to be number one romance, and then but it can't just be a regular romance because I actually had somebody get mad because they're like, "We'll pay you to read," and I'm like, "Well, is it romance? Is it this? Is it that?" And they're like, "Well, it's a romance." I said, "No, no." I said, "Well, then I'm not reading it." And they went, "But we would pay you."
Who
And in
cares?
my head, I'm sitting there going, "No, you won't.
Right.
Y'all are a scam." Like, I won't like it. You won't want me to read it.
That's like those little,
And
those little websites now where you can sign up for ARCs and you get
mhm.
paid. I figured out a hack. Just put 0 and
Oh,
you still get the book. You can still read the book, but you don't have to take nobody's money to read it. Oh, yeah.
right now I don't have a whole ton of extra time because they've been wanting to finish these books.
I'm included. I agree. Um, so one of my favorite questions we asked you was what rules do you believe in and what one do you think should be broken? And I agree with your response. All rules are meant to be broken at some point, and your book proved it. Throughout your book, there was moments where you could tell that you were writing from your heart, and not many authors will agree that you should do that. But I feel like that is a perfect example of a writer. You put a little bit of you in that book, and it's noticeable.
And I've always felt that the authors aren't getting that. Those are the books that you don't like as much. If they're putting their heart into it and and they love the characters, you can tell and you love them too.
I
Um,
agree.
one of my favorite authors that I actually have two that do, and one does it more than the other. Sherilyn Kenyon and her Dark Hunter series. I am so far behind, but I have read all until a couple of years ago she had, and some of the split offs from it, and Ash and Mystic, who are actually based on my dogs.
Oh,
The characters in the book are my actual dogs. Um, Ash is Asheron, which is Ash from the Dark Knight series.
oh,
And Mystic is from Mist, Dream. I think it's Dream Hunter series. Um, so I might like her just a little bit.
I think, I guess me being who I spent years building up this platform to get to this point.
Mhm.
And I think like my wall of committed books that I've read over the years, I sometimes just sit there and look at them like, oh, I really like that person. I'm gonna read their book. I'm gonna go do another review, and then I'm thinking in my head, well, I just got to rewrite my old review because I wasn't good at it then. Like I had a drastic change on how I write reviews now. So let
Yeah.
me go rewrite this person's review, but let me reread the book first. Yeah, it's not a waste of time if you're doing it for somebody.
That's right. And there are very few books that I reread. I'm not big on rereading over again. There is one that I reread, and I reread it pissed off.
Uh,
It is a very much older, uh, it was a time travel romance, is what it actually was. Called Shining Armor, and I think it's Jude Devereaux is the one who wrote it. Um, I would say it was late 90s, early 2000s.
yeah,
Read that book, and I was so in love with the characters. I was so good, and then I was just like, no, I literally threw the book across the room.
do not blame me.
The two times I read it at the same time,
If it
because
makes you feel
romance is
any
supposed
better.
to have a happily ever after.
Have you,
A reincarnated guy comes back in saying it's I actually learned that that book is a big thing that does.
the reincarnation?
Yeah, they did a instead of her staying in the past or him having to do something, they split them,
Yeah.
and then like 20 years later, this guy shows up at her front door, and it's reincarnation of the guy that she met in the past.
I just read a book like that and I emailed the author and I was like, "Hey, so you can't leave us like this." And she was like, "What?" I was like, "You can't leave me like this. I need more. Like, excuse you,
Yeah,
ma'am."
and I think that was probably part of the reason is we didn't. It was. I mean, yes, we did.
Right.
It's
It's not the same.
you know he
You
acts
can't
the
do that.
same. Same it ain't him.
Right. Or like the memory loss from being reincarnated and it's like, so
Mhm.
you're still mated, but you don't know you're mated? Like, what? How, you're still in the same world? How did we get this right? Maybe book two.
Well, there was never another one that
Oh,
always was like she
it's
didn't
like
do a whole lot of that kind of thing.
it's like Olivia Blake. I don't know if you've ever read any of Olivia Blake, but she writes kind of like horror fairy it's not fairy tales, but horror nighttime story type creepy vibes, but not really horror, I guess you could
Yeah.
say. And she wrote she got a book coming out. It's called Dream World or Dreamland, something like that.
Okay.
And
Making
if this don't become a series, me and her's about to fight. Uh now I love her. I love every book she puts out. I get them on NetGalley. As soon as I see her name pop up, it's like, yep, click. Um,
Yep.
and I've read 3 or 4 from her on there now, and then I read the rest of her books because I went and bought them. She's just a good storyteller, you know?
Mhm.
But this last one, it don't become a series. I'm gonna have to email her. It's gonna be an email. She might never see it, but I gotta get it off my chest. No, I get it. You see, I'm quick to respond to you now. All authors be aware if I'm reading your books, I'm probably going to say some stuff to you while I'm reading it.
Well, I will say Mother, I want to hear if y'all liked it or
Yeah.
if I drove you nuts.
Or if you're halfway through and you're like, hey, why are you doing this to me? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's book. I was like, okay, there might be a second book, and then when I sat down and started, because I'm like, no, that can't happen. Other stuff has to happen. So I guess. And then the more I sat there thinking, I'm like, oh my god, how many? This is more. I mean, unless the books are, it's gonna have to be more books than that.
It's starting to become unapproachable, though. The bigger the book, the scarier people are, and I don't get it
Yeah,
because I get a big book and I'm like, oh, yeah, buddy, we in it for a couple days, you know? Other people
yeah,
get
but
big
so many
books and they're
people.
like, I'm not going to read that.
I never get a finish.
If you could read 4 books in a week, why can't you read one big book, you know? I guess it's
It's
just perception.
a commitment thing.
It's perception. You visually see that it's big, but at the same time, if you're reading it, it's not that big. You still
Yep.
need more.
So big, but I think it's almost double. So it's like
I think
I think
we
it'll be
need
okay.
it.
I don't think I need to go any bigger than that.
I think we need it. I'm just gonna say, I think we need it.
So yeah, twists and turns coming that I'm like to look back and go, oh, that's a mistake.
Well, trust me, as soon as it hits my emails, I will make sure you know. I will make sure you know. I'm sorry.
That's
So we always kind of ask you, what would you like to ask us? And you said nothing you can think of. So now that you had an actual conversation, not through text, which is my favorite form of conversation because I am quick to go text an author. But now that you've actually gotten to talk, and we do hope that you will come back and join us after book 2 hits. But
I will.
do you have anything you would like to know?
I don't know so much about
Anything?
what y'all do. Because especially like I said, this is my debut. This is my first one. I don't so getting it out to help us with that is wonderful. And if you were here,
Air hug. Well, we thank you because trust me, without your guys' stories, our lives would be very dull. And of course, when this does air, because I have each one coming out one week apart, when it does air, I will be attaching your book that you've already signed for me that I've painted, and I'll be doing a giveaway for your book. And we're gonna have it on Faraway Sister Haven instead of on Twinkle Butt. But we're gonna make sure that your book gets seen and that people get a chance to get your book because trust me, it's worth every minute, especially from someone who loves fantasy. So I was preaching to my sisters about reading your books, just so you know,
I appreciate that.
anytime. And I hope you have a wonderful day and thank you for coming to talk to us.
Thank you for having me.
I see you later.
All right, take care.
Anytime. Hey, Megan.